Welcome to Njenje channel. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications. So whenever we upload new videos, you'll be among the first to know. Atiku versus Buhari. APC lawyer calls for adjournment because the PDP lawyers tortures the APC in court. They also banned telephone in the court. This is very heavy. If you don't know it now. Because of the way APC has been tormented by the PDP legal counsel, they have thrown them up, squeezed them, rattled them, that the APC camp is in disarray. He never saw this coming. One of the most exciting moments of any election petition tribunal is the cross-examination, which at the moment is happening. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is ongoing as we speak in Abuja, and the APC and the PDP councils are living up to their billings. After having thoroughly dissected 3 witnesses that the APC brought this week, with his little cross-examination examining tactics, the petitioner's lead counsel, Dr. Levi Uzuoku. Do you know Levi Uzuoku? Levi Uzuoku is the lead counsel that made sure that Peter Obi in 2006 got his stolen mandate by Chris Ngige, who is now, or rather was former Minister of Labour under APC and was an illegal governor in Anambra State between 2003 and 2006, just to give you a background of who this Dr. Levi Uzuoku is. SAN. Levi Uzuoku SAN picked up from where he stopped and drilled all the 4 witnesses presented on that day by the second respondent. One blunder to another led to another, that at some point the APC felt so uncomfortable and requested for timeout for them to, recoup and ask questions. Somebody said, withstanding cross-examination with lies is a very difficult task, and Dr. Uzuoku is more than making witnesses prove this statement in court. It is not easy, or rather, it is very, very easy to go online and write propaganda and write trash, but when it comes to the court of law, and when it comes to when men who knows their onions begin to cross-examine, all the lies would eventually disappear. First, it was Henry Osunaide Sunday Adewoni, the Deputy WAEC Registrar, who came to attest on behalf of President Muhammadu Buhari's contentious certificates. He was on the sub-opener and affirmed his disposition, stating that Buhari, that is the current Nigerian president, with 17 other candidates, sat for a Cambridge moderated examination in 1961. Note that date, 1961. Also, that Buhari sat for 8 papers and obtained 5 credits, with aggregate 32, meriting him with 2 grade, or rather, meriting him with grade 2. This was backed up with a document. Rather, they brought a couple of documents attesting to the fact as exhibit. Buhari's lead counsel, Wole Olanipukun, SAN, and APC lead counsel, Lateef Fabemi, SAN, had smartly propped up the first witness of the day by making it seem the affirmations were backed up by WAEC and Cambridge certificate. Until Dr. Uzuoku took over, the petitioner's lead counsel started pleading that the court should avail the witness with Exhibit R19 and Exhibit R21, which is the WAEC results. The WAEC boss, who stated he had been working in WAEC for the last 30 years, was then asked by Dr. Uzuku, and he confirmed that one exhibit listed Buhari as having sat for 8 papers, while the other exhibit has listed Buhari as having sat for 6 papers. So which one do we believe? Again, the man of the moment, Dr. Uzuku, went further. Next, the cross-examiner asked the witness to read the names on the WAEC and the Cambridge attestations, which the witness complied. Dr. Uzuku told him to spell out first name on both documents, which the witness complied with. You see, one said Mohammadu and one said Mohammed. The lead with the PDP council, Dr. Uzuku, said nothing. He only just said, "Thank you." He responded. Now, take a look at the exhibit before you. You are the deputy registrar of WAEC and has been with them for 30 years. Is that WAEC certificate? Dr. Uzuku inquired, trying to make a mincemeat of him, because WAEC should know that when names varies and date of birth are averse, the document is nothing but original Oluwale. After taking a while hesitating, the witness responded, "No," meaning the names are not the same. The certificates are not the same. Dr. Uzuku said, "Thank you." Dr. Uzuku drove on. Now, have you ever worked in Cambridge? He asked the WAEC head. He said, "No, my lord." All the same, take a look at the document as exhibit R21 before you. Is that a certificate? The WAEC head said, "No." The Uzuku, the great Iroko, now said, "I hope you know when such attestations are issued. I know of just two instances, when one loses an attestation or a result, or when you misplace a certificate. Am I right?" he asked. The WAEC man said, "Yes." By this moment, the WAEC boss has been wishing that heaven opens to save him from the cross-examiner by whisking him away out of the court. A wish that was soon granted by the tribunal chairman, Justice Mohammed Gaba. Time had caught up with Dr. Uzuku while he was pursuing to tie Mr. Adewumi with tighter strings by referring to the fact where the WAEC registrar, Iyi Owadas, purportedly said that WAEC issued Buhari an attestation. Yes, time saved Mr. Shodainde from further punishment, but it certainly won't save his shaky testimony in the final address. Similarly, the petitioner lead counsel tore the next 3 witnesses apart by exposing holes in their testimony, prompting Olanikmokon to strategically call for an adjournment till the next day. The Buhari lead counsel, despite having a lorry full of witnesses waiting within the court premises, knows he has a very bad case and need to quickly re-strategize. Report on how Dr. Uzuku handled the other 3 witnesses basically broke out, and the APC, in a hasty manner, moved for adjournment and stopped other witnesses from coming in. Now, while on that, we now notice that at the beginning of this week, in the arrival court, as the witness bold paste of instructions, as people were arriving the court, people now saw a very bold written placard because of what had transpired the other day when Dr. Uzuku tore to shreds whatever the APC brought to the tribunal. And the paste read, it is no longer possible to allow handsets while court is in session. But just before Justice Mohammed Gaba led his team into the court, the tribunal secretary made the announcement using the microphone to drive home prohibition of making use of handsets while sessions are on. The question is, Why have phone? Why has phone usage in the tribunal suddenly become an issue? It took the petitioners 10 long days to prove their case by presenting over 6,600 materials, 60,000 materials as exhibit and calling 62 witnesses. Phone were used freely in court then. But just after 1 day and 3 witnesses from Buhari, and phone got banned. It's usually as the court pleases. So what would the people do? But this time it appears more like the guilty is being afraid. Phone are not our brains, and whatever that restriction is, the people would oblige. The question is, why is it that after Dr. Ozuoku has grilled and tortured the people brought to lie in court, suddenly phone was banned? Njenje Media Channel will be bringing you up to date analysis on these cases going on in the tribunal. What our job is to analyze the case as they come and bring you analysis promptly. Subscribe to this channel as we will be doing more justice to it. This is Njenje Media Channel. Subscribe to the channel.